Welcome back everybody to Forza Motorsport. So we're finishing off the Australian Tour in the Super Utes Championship. So yeah, the BMW Tour has now been added to the game, so I figured it was high time we finish off the Australian one. So yeah, and I know it's not been that long since we did the first part of this championship, but yeah, just timing and stuff like that has moved things forward a little bit. But still, this championship and this tour has been overall pretty good. So yeah, let's see what we can do at the Kyle Army Grand Prix circuit. Can't upgrade our car any further, but to be honest I feel like it's in a pretty good position, so yeah, let's get onto the circuit for 4 laps. Obviously it wasn't particularly great at Eagle Rock because it was a stock form, plus that track really doesn't, favour high-powered, high-performance vehicles, to be honest, especially when you're up against cars that are lighter and a little bit smaller, and perhaps on that kind of circuit a bit better suited. But we should be pretty good here. There's a fair decent amount of quick parts to it. But we also now crucially have better handling than we did when it was in stock form. Right, so let's go. Lighten the car even further with some reduction in fuel. So yeah, we start off in 12th as per usual. This is our first start in a nighttime race on this tour. Can't remember whether we have or not before. Certainly our first time on this championship. This is basically a two-make race because we're also going up against the Ford Ute. This is obviously the Maloo from Holden. Had less power and less torque than we did in stock form. While we do technically have better handling and braking, but that car does weigh less. It also comes across as a smaller vehicle as well. Actually, is I'm not sure. Actually, looks at the measurements, but it does look like a smaller car. Our fellow Maloo there. That's 580 horsepower down. Blocked by our competitors there a little bit. On purpose, but blue wall we have to try and penetrate. Good start to this race, 6th place as we crawl on to our 2nd lap, which is the current position we are in the championship. So yeah, hopefully when we get higher than this in this race we will improve our championship standings as well. struggling to gain on 5th. So they have a straight line of speed, but perhaps the handling, or at least the cornering speed, which keeping up a consistent level of cornering speed is obviously quite vital. So I'm improving the brakes, but struggling in that regard a lot. Oh dear. What the hell is going on there? Are they going just straight on? All that were. Behind us struggled to deal with that one. Where that driver was thinking of going, but clearly wasn't the right way. It's also slowed us down a fair bit. There we have caught up quite a lot after that little bit of a crash and whatnot before. Not much time left in this race. More of this car, to be honest. I imagine with a slightly different tyre compound this would eat up most tracks it comes across. Obviously it also doesn't help that it still weighs quite a fair bit. Amongst other things, weight obviously does kill acceleration and handling and braking.
Last lap, let's go.
Fifth place is so close yet so far. That's the problem with some races on this game. You seem to get into this kind of dead zone where you can either gain or lose the position you're in, and yeah, that seemed to be the case for that one. We certainly had the straight line speed where it counted, but for whatever reason we just weren't able to break through when it came to the corners. So yeah, that's just the way it is sometimes, I guess. But even despite that, we'd crawl up another 3 places into a podium position in the championship overall. Second place is still within reach by the looks of things, but first might well not be. So yeah, but nonetheless, let's get on to that 4th and final race in this championship and see what we can do. Right, we're at the Mount Panorama Circuit, also known as Bathurst, and it's apparently raining. So yeah, whether or not that's going to play havoc with our handling, we'll have to see. But it is only for 3 laps, so there isn't going to be much chance to break through here, so we're going to have to make every corner count. Now obviously there are 2 big straights on this course, with a smallish but reasonable start-finish to it as well, so hopefully we can take advantage of those in this race, because we do have a fair bit of power, as we have seen already. So yeah, and we did make up good time on the Kyalami circuit on the start finish straight there, so hopefully we can make the most of what power we have here again, only more so. Granted, with it raining, put that power down is a whole nother matter. Yeah, 580 horsepower is a lot to try and put down in the rain, especially in a car that has a little weight on the rear end. We've already slid into someone already in the back. Penalty for it. It's the power. Get places. Hopefully it's not the only time we manage to do that. Around the corner, minding my own business, and then I get hit with a rear fender. This rainstorm is also not helpful in terms of seeing ahead and seeing where your corners are going to be and the angles you want to get into, because it is has quite, should I say, reduced visibility. Especially with all the spray that everyone else is kicking up. Come on, this is where we can make up ground. Theoretically. Fifth and fourth are right in front of us. Let's try to overtake the other. They braked way earlier than we needed to. Right, so at least we're in the top 5. Obviously a better position than we were in the final lap of the last race. Even on this smallish start straight finish line, to gain on the person in front, so should easily gain here. Stay in their draft. Get some clean air. So behind us, far behind, so yeah, we're free and clear in that regard. Oh yeah, a fair bit of understeer there. Not terrible. Obviously the understeer is going to be made worse in the rain, so got to try and keep an eye out for that. Often you can gain a position on this part of the circuit because it's quite narrow. Did manage it there. Steer again. Gaining on third, come on. Yes, just about. Yeah, the AI are a little bit hesitant with that corner in terms of carrying the speed from the straight, so it's a good place to gain time there. Side of the track. You've got the inside line, take it for God's sake.
One more. Finish strong.
Really obsessed with taking the outside part. No idea.
Total time penalty is about half a
Penalty
second.
for it as well. So the AI are silly at times. It's like, why, when you literally have the inside line, are you then coming over to the outside? Is that the better line to take, the outside line? I have no idea, but it seems very, very silly. Take the inside line and therefore have the advantage on the corner, so I don't need to worry about that. Finally in a podium position, not sure if we have before, but we certainly have now. Any higher in this last lap. Notice that we have quite a lot of torque in this car, and there is obviously a fair bit of this track that is uphill. Now granted we do also have a fair bit of weight, but torque is very useful when you're uphill. Grazing there, too illegal, I feel. Come on, first place is within a grasp. Quite apt to finally get a first place in this championship at home in Australia. At home in Australia for the car, that is, not for me. But yeah. Come on, Claw, am I real in first place? Take the outside line if you wish. All your buddies did. Come on, hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh, bit of pushing and shoving there. More thankfully. And we get a win in finally on this championship at home in Australia. So yeah, that was a pretty cool race, that one. That was far better than the previous three in this championship. Not just in terms of the position, but in terms of how enjoyable it was. Obviously, the AI were a little bit iffy in terms of, you know, obsessing over getting the outside line rather than the inside. But regardless, yeah, pretty fun. Where does that put us? It doesn't quite get us a win in the championship overall, because first place in the championship was only one position behind us. But we still have nabbed second place in the championship overall, which is pretty good considering the awful start we had at Eagle Rock. I think we only got 9th in that. So yeah, overall a fun championship and a really rather excellent tour. I really like the Australian cars we got to choose from, and especially the one that we chose to race for the most part. That early 70s Ford Falcon Saloon was a little bit iffy, but outside of that, the rest of them were really rather good, especially with this Maloo and its straight line speed. So yeah, all in all, a fairly fun tour. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the BMW tour soon, because that has obviously just gone live today. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.